Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you another catch up in my journal video. So I did one of these a couple of weeks ago and I got some lovely comments about people enjoying the video and wanting me to do more, saying it was relaxing. So here we are, here's hopefully another relaxing video for you. I'm starting off on Friday the 13th of October, and just to explain what I've got going on down at the bottom here, I wanted the title to stand out because I had a lot going on my London packing list on the next page. So I just put Friday the 13th on a blank piece of paper and stuck it on top of some red card. I also have a sticker that I was given with my copy of Rouge by Mona Awad, so that is the red jellyfish, and I wanted the theme to tie together. So as I did last time, I will just read out what I'm writing. It says, I'm starting a new approach with catching up on my journal videos, filming them very far in advance and starting on the current day. It's currently 6:53 and my Patreon movie night starts at 7, so I'm going to be combining that and journaling. So far, I don't think I have any waiting, so let's hope I have a friend to watch with. Today was a rather challenging day at work as I had to match all of the VAT transactions up to the 15 quarters being investigated. It worked for 11 out of 15, so the 4 on Monday's problem. This morning I finished the audio for Rouge, hence the sticker, and I really do wish I liked Mona Awad more. Everyone seems to love this book, but I finished it like, huh? What? Very odd. I have 2 minutes to spare and 2 people waiting. Escape room. So a couple things to note there. Rouge by Mona Awad has not been getting the best reviews, but the reading group I was reading with, like the read-along group, all seemed to love it, so I thought I was the odd one out. And I did have an absolutely lovely night watching Escape Room with the patrons. We did 2 movie nights in October and it was so much fun. So there is that page done, and I'm now going all the way back into September. I need to find this page in front of me now so I can tell you what's going on. That looks like, oh no, that's August. Oh my god, the 27th of August. Wow, this video is already not as calm. I can feel myself shouting. So here we go. This says, today I tried to get a little bit hyped to catch up on my Goodreads goal this bank holiday weekend. I'm currently 10 behind, which seems like a lot, but I think it's doable. I finished Inside the Mind of Jeffrey Dahmer, which was potentially the easiest entry to the worst books of 2023 list so far. I really dislike the author. I then hosted reading sprints from 1 till 5, starting at 1 because I was hanging after yesterday's activities, and then finishing at 5 because my Chinese takeaway arrived. I got Kung Pao beef and it was so good. Definitely on the rotation from my usual order from now on. My evening was then spent reading lots of Eclipse for this month's Twilight along. And then there's a little arrow coming from the fortune cookie. The fortune cookie says, you're about to hear pleasant news. And I went back in and said, well, I hoped this was true, but at present, 13th of October, no such luck. So I went back in and updated about the fortune cookie. Couple things to say here. Wow, this was a long time ago, and the bank holiday weekend feels like literally... I can't even remember that happening. Inside the Mind of Jeffrey Dahmer by Christopher Berry D is definitely still on the worst books of the year list, and I can't wait to rant about that in a couple weeks' time. I hated that book. Really, really hated it. So over here, this is the Bank Holiday Monday, and this is a quiz, trail and stamp booklet I had from the maze. You will see me faffing about with this so much in the video. I ended up on such a simple way to keep it in place, but this is basically a booklet they give you. You walk around the maze and you stamp different items that you see, and you have to collect them all. You can't just get in the maze and leave. So this one was about trains, and we had to find all the train stamps. I just went with my mom, it was really, really nice. So let me read what I said here. I said, oh, we do love a bank holiday Monday. I was really bickering and argumentative with Cole this morning, and I couldn't figure out why until I worked out I was due on my period. Well, I'm so glad I'm sharing this with the internet. Sorry, guys. I really didn't know what to do with my day, and Mom said she had an idea, so I drove over to the range to look for Christmas craft items for my journal. I got some scrapbooking paper, which will also be good for my US trip. I then continued on to Mum and Dad's, and then I took Mom to the Maze in Kemsey. It was so good this year. The whole thing was based on trains, which wasn't ideal because I know nothing about trains, but the corn was so high and dense. We were in there for hours and kept finding Puffing Billy. We did. There was also a sunflower field, but we didn't get time for that. When we finally finished, we got McDonald's before I went home. It was just such a lovely trip to the maze. This isn't the entry, this is just me having a natter. Yeah, it was such a lovely trip to the maze. It was awful last year. It was barely like 3 foot high. But all of these, like me and my mom were wandering around and we had no idea where we were going, couldn't cheat and look over. So yeah, it was a very busy trip to the maze. So here's me faffing again with tape and just trying to figure out how to stick this in. You'll see what I do now. I end up settling for a paperclip because that seems really smart, doesn't it? Just to paperclip it in. But I've been struggling with that since my holiday. So that was a solid month since I went. So here we go. Now we're on the 29th of August. And God, this feels like such a long time ago, especially what I'm about to say. It says first day back at work and it's audit day 1. I felt so sick. If it wasn't the first day of audit, I'd have called in sick. I can't even explain how much I did not want to go, but I still did. After missing the May visit for a US trip, I felt like I couldn't stay home. When Fee saw me in the morning, she was like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with you?" Apparently, I was completely white and looked so awful. What didn't help is the audit manager was an absolute... Never mind. It was like he spent as much time as possible making me feel incapable. He even cornered me outside the room to ask me about redemption premiums on loan notes, and after I said that was a question for John, he said I'd have no excuse to not know the answer next year. I know I'm blonde and ditzy, but there's no reason to treat me like a child. And then I call him another name. So yeah, audit day 1 did not go great. And for some reason I felt comfortable putting on that on the internet. So hey ho, I guess I forgot that I read these journal entries out in these catch-up videos. The page next to it, the 30th, is going to be about audit day 2. You'll have seen there the page just flicked, and that's because I did say a few too many like personal work specific things on there. So I flicked that over and we've gone straight to the 1st of September. So this said, I've got a fry yay sticker because that is a funny thing with me and my boss saying how stupid fry yay is. But despite it being the audit still, we worked from home today. We told the auditors that we didn't care, it's a Friday and we'd be fully contactable. This led to them putting 2 catch-up calls in our diaries, which weren't catch-ups, it was us being chased with their dumb questions. Most of my day was genuinely spent comparing a Caseware TB to D365, which was a complete waste of time. Splitting out GR&I, remapping finance costs explained for at least the 5th time. They're just so dumb. It also flags some issues with the IFA FA notes, which shouldn't happen again, but a mental note has been made. It got to 5:05 and Fee told me to call it a night. I'd had some long days, so I was really grateful for that. And now it's 1st September, aka the first day of the Vampire Diaries readathon. I'm so excited for it, but also kind of annoyed that I picked such a chaotic month. Let's just hope I actually get some time to read. And wow, wasn't that foreshadowing? Really, oh my god. The audit was so stressful, it dragged on for weeks. It actually dragged on for a whole 30 days after this journal entry was made. So it was not the easiest time. If I'm right, what now happens is I flick through all of the pages and just see what I've got left outstanding. And I noticed that there's a couple of days more recently where I don't have any notes. So I'm just going through with my, I think it's a Frixon marker it's called, where I scribble the notes down and these can actually be rubbed out when I get round to them. So where are we now? This is the 17th and 18th. No, 7th and 8th of October. Then I've left myself some notes to go back and actually do some journaling. And I've actually got to the end of this video much quicker than I thought, so make sure you let me know if you find these videos enjoyable. I have a lot of journaling to catch up on, but a full schedule up until basically February, so maybe a mega version in February. Thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one.